Narayana. Yes, respected youngsters, welcome. Congratulations for Sri Rama Mandira Prana Pratishtha at Ayodhya. What a divine program it was. We have seen it, we discussed in the afternoon also. Thus, this is Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, where we know the divinity is there, all pervading. Under his supervision only everything happens. Surrendering to him by doing what he says and reaching him, keeping him as a goal, is the purpose of human evolution and endeavor. That's what our Rishi Muni saints sages have understood, practiced, and reached out, and they spoke to us. This is what is our dharma. Great it was. In even morning today we saw lakhs of people thronging, having darshanam, and that purity, how many are there yet? Kitna nishkalmashata hai. What a wonderful is that Rama Bhakti, if you see in all our bhaktas. Very delighting, very enchanting. Maja aya. So let it continue, the saga of spiritual renaissance, so that the humanity is protected from the destruction caused by the excessive materialism. Artha Kama should be replaced by the Lakshya of Dharma and Moksha. Yeah, good. Welcome, congrats. Now, we did one text, Adhyatma Ramayana, yesterday in English for the elders. 555 days it took. It's over. 4200 slokas. Now we took up, started yesterday, another one, Yoga Vasishtaha, again given by Valmiki ji. It has got 32,000 slokas. So 4200 kas 8 times more. We started, let us see how many days it will take. Inform your elders. If they're interested, they can come. Now, our 5 activities today, the common sense thought, Sankalpa, general chanting, then everyday chanting, Veda Patanam, Geetha, and our 6th one, our Valmiki Ramayana, Rama's Divya Gunas. Out of these 6 things, the first one is the common sense thought. Is this key? Uh, Not that we are gone case, good for nothing. No, we all are knowing good things, doing also. But only thing today we have to discuss is one point. What is, we are good but not good enough. No, apply this everywhere. We have knowledge but not enough. We work but not enough. We have abilities, talents but not enough. So too, we come to Gita classes but not enough. We have to come regularly. We study Gita but not enough. We have to study more deeply. We are spiritual but not enough. It has to be little more added. Means what? Whatever we are doing at the periphery surface level, do them more deeply, more intensely, more strongly. I use the word here pakka. Not superficially, not with doubt, not tentatively, not irregularly, but from the depth, intensely, regularly doing it is the only thing you have to do. Otherwise, we are better. Like in the world. Do you have the health? है लेकिन पक्का नहीं है, some problem comes. Do you have money? है but पूरा sufficient नहीं है और थोड़ा होना ऐसा अच्छा. Do you have friends? है लेकिन दो तीन है नालायक है, अच्छे friends होते तो अच्छा. Not that you don't have money, you don't have friends, you don't have health, but पक्का नहीं है. Children, yeah, they are there, but as नालायक as me. Means है लेकिन इतना नहीं है कि पूरे बिगड़े. They are not like Duryodhana, I am like Dhritarashtra, but not enough. It can be better. Do you understand? In the same way, in life living better way, in what you call spirituality, in many things we took an initiative. We started, but not deeply pakka, like I do Gita class. But it should be more pakka and more deep. आई डू माई जब एंड ऑल कर रहा हूँ, बट और पक्का चाहिए। आप लोग भी डूइंग नौकरी पक्का अच्छी तरह से करो। यू लव पेरेंट्स, नॉट क्राइंग एंड टेंटेटिव एंड हियर एंड देयर, पक्का अच्छी तरह से। यू वर्किंग इन योर ऑफिस, देन पक्का करो ना, अच्छे लॉयली करो। ऑफिसर विल बी हैप्पी, द वर्क विल ग्रो। Yesterday I liked the sentence of Prime Minister. After Sri Ram Mandira Prana Pratishtha in Ayodhya, he says, I wish and pray Sri Rama forgives us. That it took 500 years for us to get the temple back. And the reason is our efforts were not pakka. But now he must be happy that the efforts were pakka and we got back the Rama Mandir. Yeah, it is true. पक्का एफर्ट होते तो आखिर तोड़ना ही नहीं चाहिए था किसी को। उसी उसी दिन जाके उसके ऊपर कुछ करके फिनिश कर जाना चाहिए। अगले दिन ही मंदिर फिर से बनना चाहिए था। 500 years we have waited because we are not pakka. Now once this is done, now Krishna Mandir, Shiva Mandir, we have to get that seat. Anybody who talks, why all this, they are absolutely rubbish, nonsense fellows. It is like somebody from your house has stolen something and you say, ki, no, let it be there. How can I take it, my thing back? Are Bewakoof, these temples are our Hindus. Those Dushta Rakshasas have broken and taken. उनको शर्म है कितना थोड़ा भी, if they are matured, they by themselves should give it back. If they don't give, kick them and take it as quickly as possible. It is ours, Ray. So how do you expect the padosi to serve your food in your house? It is your food. You serve and eat. It is my temple, yaar. Ram Mandir, Shiva Mandir, Krishna Mandir. What nonsense they are talking. We are not doing kabja of theirs. Why do you want all that thing? हमको अपना चाहिए बस. But the discussion is pakka. So today's thought for you all is what? Good things you are doing, therefore you are coming to Geetha class and not a totally indecent fellow you are, better. But do everything pakka. Deeply. Study कर रहे हो लेकिन पक्का नहीं कर रहे हो. Preparing for your exams कर रहे हो लेकिन पक्का नहीं कर रहे हो. Getting qualifications but not pakka. Applying for interviews yet but not with full preparation pakka. Writing the exams, yeah, but ठीक नहीं कर रहे. Isn't it? Friendship पक्का निभाओ. In the same way, spiritually also. Geetha class आ रहे हो लेकिन not regular. आ जाओ पक्का. Are you doing homework? Tentatively जब भी time मिलता है. No, do it regularly, sincerely. Okay. Now remember always. Knowing the goal we know, but tentative. उसको पक्का करो. Knowing the means we have, but it's tentative. पक्का नहीं है. उसको पक्का करो. Third, following them is very vague. उसको पक्का करो. For all these, one thing is required. What is it? Anything which is not useful, obstruction, the ability of doing त्याग of that, you understand, is required. वो करते हैं हम. और जब जब कर पा रहे, we are able to do our work. But that also you have to make it pakka. Then all these things, making pakka, 4 of them. Doing the tyaga which is not required, practicing the means, knowing the goal. All of them will be strengthened in us only when you listen to our gurus and shastras every day. There is no other alternative or option. हर दिन शास्त्र सुनने से ही इन बातों का स्पष्टता हमको मिलेगा, not otherwise. That is why we are having our classes. कुछ भी हो जाए, मेरा तो ये है, प्राण जाए पर सत्संग न जाए. That's why yesterday I finished that Adhyatma Ramayana, immediately started Yoga Vasishtha. In our Geetha class, 476th day today. Just 2 days break in between. That's for one health issue. Otherwise, continue. Understood? जो कर रहे हो उसको पक्का करो. This is today's sandesham for all of us, including me. Done? Now let us do our sankalpa. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो सकल देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः सर्वेषां तेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं तस्मिन् उक्त साधनानाम् अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायिनां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरायाः भक्तियोग वेदांतादि साधना प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्व व्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक द्वारा प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता पुरोभित्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषाम् आचार्याणां गुरूणाम् आश्रमाणां संस्थानां श्रेयभिलाषिणां भक्तानां साधकानां सेवकानां पूर्ण आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता साधनानां प्राप्ति द्वारा बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलना द्वारा प्रेरणोत्साह द्वारा सनातन धर्म दिग्विजयार्थम राम मंदिर रूपेण यथा राम मंदिर प्राप्ति अभवत प्राप्ति तथा एव कृष्ण मंदिर शिव मंदिर शीघ्रगति प्राप्त्यर्थम भारतवर्षस्य सैंधव सनातन हिंदू देश प्रकटनार्थम अतिशीघ्रगतिना अतः अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां युवानां संकल्पित सत्कर्म दिग्विजयार्थम तेषां हृदये सनातन धर्म भक्ति देशभक्ति परमात्म भक्ति शास्त्र भक्ति गुरु भक्ति माता पितृभक्ति सेवा भक्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना मध्ये युवानां प्रति शांति मंत्राणाम् उच्चारणं तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मण पारायणं गीतात्रयोदशोऽध्यायस्य पारायणमध्ययनं श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि रामायण बालकांड प्रथम सर्गस्य पारायणं यस्मिन् श्रीराम दिव्यलक्षणानि गुणानि श्रीरामचरित्र संक्षेप वर्णनम् अस्ति वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे क्लियर स्टार्ट ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शांति 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 ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। उमद श्री तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मण पारायणं प्रथम अष्टकं तृतीय प्रपाठकः अष्टपञ्चाशत्तम श्लोकात् आरभ्य 58 onwards. It will take 5 minutes today because yesterday we did less because we started class late after our Sri Rama Prana Pratishtha Darshanam at Ayodhya. ओम एतद्वै ब्राह्मणं भुरावाजश्रवसा विदामक्रन् तस्मात् ते द्वे जाये अभ्याक्षुद य एवं वेद अभिद्वितीयान् जायामश्नुदे अग्नये कव्यवाहनाय सधानमैत्याह य एव पितॄणामग्निः तं प्रीणाति तिस्र आहुतिर्जुहोति त्रिर्निददाति षट् संपद्यन्ते षड्वा ऋतवः ऋतो नेव प्रीणाति तूष्णीं मे क्षणमादधाति अस्ति वाहि षष्ठ ऋतुर्नवा देवान् वै पितॄन् प्रीतान् मनुष्याः विदरोऽनुप्रविपिते प्रपिबते तिस्र आहुतिर्जुहोति त्रिर्निदधाति षट् संपद्यन्ते षड्वा ऋतवः ऋतवः खलु वै देवाः विदरः ऋतूनेव देवान् पितॄन् प्रीणाति तान् प्रीतान् मनुष्याः विदरोऽनुप्रविपिते प्रपिबते सकृदाच्छिन्नं बर्हिर्भवति सकृदि वहि पितरः त्रिर्निदधाति तृतीये वा हितो लोके पितरः तानेव प्रीणाति पराजौ वर्तते ह्रीका हि पितरः ऊष्मणो व्यावृत उपास्ते ऊष्मभागा हि पितरः ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ति प्राश्यां न प्राश्यामिति यत्प्रांशिष्णीयात् जन्यमन्नमद्यात् प्रमायुकस्यात् यन्न प्राश्नीयात् अहविस्यात् पितृभ्य आवश्चेत् अवघ्रेयमेव तन्नेव प्राशितन्नेवाप्राशितं वीरं वा वै विदरः प्रयन्तो हरन्ते वीरं वा ददते दशांशिनत्ते हरणभागा हि विदरः पितॄनेव निरवदयते उत्तर आयुषि लोमछिन्दीत पितॄणागह्येतर्हिनेदीयः नमस्करोति नमस्कारो हि पितॄणां नमो वः पितरो रसाय नमो वः पितरशुष्माय नमो वः पितरो जीवाय नमो वः पितरस्वधायै नमो वः पितरो मन्यवे नमो वः पितरो घोराय पितरो नमो वः य एतस्मिन् श्लोके स्थ युष्माग्गस्तेनो येऽस्मिन् लोके मां तेनो य एतस्मिन् लोके स्थ यूयं तेषां वसिष्ठा भूयास्त येऽस्मिन् लोके अहं तेषां वसिष्ठो भूयासमित्याह वसिष्ठः समानानान् भवति य एवं विद्वान् पितृभ्यः करोति एष वै मनुष्याणां यज्ञः देवानां वा इतरे यज्ञः तेन वा एतत् पितृलोके चरते यत् पितृभ्यः करोति स ईश्वरः प्रमेतोः प्राजापत्यैर्चा पुनरैते यज्ञो वै प्रजापतिः यज्ञेनैव सह पुनरैते न प्रमायुको भवते पितृलोके वा एतद्यजमानश्चरते यत् पितृभ्यः करोति स ईश्वर आर्तिमार्तोः प्रजापतिस्त्वा वैनन्दत उन्नेतुमर्हतीत्याहुः यत् प्राजापत्यैर्चा पुनरैते प्रजापतिरेवैनन्दत उन्नयते नार्तिमार्चते यजमानः इत्यश्नुते पद्यन्ते पद्यन्ते षड्वा ऋतवो वर्ततेह विस्ता विस्यान्नेदियस्तयज्ञो यजमानश्चरति यत्पितृभ्यः करोति पञ्च च देवासुरा अग्निशोमयोर्देवा वै यदादर्शं देवा वै यदन्त्यैर्ब्रह्मैर्ग्रहैर्ब्रह्मवादिनो नाग्निष्टोमो न सावित्रं देवस्याहं तार्प्यग्गः सप्तान्न होमान् पृषतं त्वेन्प्रो वृत्रकं ह्यत्वादश देवासुरा वाज्ये वैनं तस्माद्वाजपेययाजी देवस्याहं वाजस्यावरुद्ध्या इन्द्रियमेवास्मिन् ह्लीका हि पितरः पञ्चषष्टिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीतैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मणे प्रथमाष्टके द्वितृतीयः प्रपाठकः. Tomorrow we'll do starting of Chaturtha Prapataka. Good. 5-10 minutes daily. Little of chanting is very good for life. Now let us do our Geetha, 13th chapter. Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. We are left with just 2 or 3 shlokas. Now a question is asked. This Paramatma is there very much in the body, in behind every of the faculties. The Purusha, the Gneyaha, the then Kshetrajna. Then this self may be tainted by all modifications that are happening in the upadhis. That means the questioner's question is, the being a jiva is inevitable. Answer is no. There is a state of the self inside, that is Purusha, that is Kshetrajna, that is Neya, that he is not touched by whatever is happening to upadhis. 2 reasons are mentioned for it. Beautiful, very logical, very sublime. And an example is given. The example is the one which we study today in 33rd mantra. In 32 shloka, the 2 reasons are told for the self, the Gneya Kshetrajna, not getting tainted or touched by the entire upadhis of Dehendriya, Manamuti and their modifications. Very, very important topic. Subtle, and not impossible for you youngsters to grasp. Maybe you need a few listenings, more than one. 4-5 बार सुनने से आपको idea आएगा. So thus the 32nd mantra I will chant twice. 33rd all of us will chant 4 times. Okay. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीगीता शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः द्वात्रिंशत्त्रयोत्रिंशौ श्लोकौ श्रीभगवानुवाच 32nd 2 times 33 4 times ॐ अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते अनादित्वात् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते. Now the example in 34th shloka. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते आकाशं नोपलिप्यते आकाशं नोपलिप्यते आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते 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 तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Okay, together. Shri Bhagavanuvāca yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham nopalipyate sarvatravasthito dehe tathatmanopalipyate. Again, Shri Bhagavanuvāca yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat akasham nopalipyate सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Be carefully, attentively, you listen. The Purusha in us, the Kshetrajna in us, the Gneya Paramatma in us, is not touched by the Buddhi, the Mana, the Sharira, the Indriya, the Prana, and their functionings. Therefore, gaining him will be freedom from the bondage. Bondage is the functionings and modifications of all these faculties. Why is it so? Because of two reasons about that Neyam Purusha. His nature is already told. Neyam Yattat Pravaksham and all. Two more things are told here by Lord Krishna. That self inside is Anadi. Anadi means Adi Rahita. Adi means Karana. Karana Rahita. It has no Karana. Means what? It is not Karya. It has no Adi means it has no cause. Means it is not an effect too. Now only it is the effect which goes on modifying to merge in the cause, which goes on changing, etc. Are you understood? The effects only change till they merge back in the cause. Anadi means it is not an effect, Paramatma. Therefore, He doesn't go through any modification. He is called avyaya because he is not an effect. Like the mud is a cause, pot is an effect. Pot being adi, it has got an adi. It is not anadi. What is adi of pot? Is the mud. So mud is adi and the pot is the karya effect. Therefore, effect goes on changing, becoming old, etc. till it gets broken and merges back into the mud. Any other example you can think? Paramatma being, if not an effect, because he has no cause, in fact, he is the causeless cause of everything. There are no avyaya in him, modification in him. Means when the upadhis are working, he is working as a hota. So when eye is seeing, he is not becoming seer. Ears are listening, he is not becoming listener. Mouth is talking, he is not a talker. Therefore, when mouth speaks English, he is not English speaker. Mouth speaks Hindi, he is not a Hindi speaker. He is avyaya. He doesn't change. He is the same as it is. One point. Anaditvat. Hope it is understandable to you. Think. So to nirgunatvat. He is beyond the three gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas. That which is in three gunas, that alone gets modified. Which is guna atita, it will not be touched. Therefore, that is the second reason for the self that it is avyaya. Therefore, the conclusion sharirastha api. Even though he is there in stula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira. Because he is in the stula sharira, he is there throughout in the jagrada avastha. Because he is there in the jagrada avastha throughout, in every anubhuti he is there. So too he is there in sukshma sharira. Because in sukshma sharira he is there in the swapna avastha. Because in every experience he is there. He is there in the Karana Sharira. Therefore, in the Karana Sharira's Nidra Avastha, every time, all 6 hours you sleep, he is there. Yet, Sharirastha means this is the meaning. Though he is there in everywhere, na karoti. When the upadhis are doing, doesn't become the doer. That's what I give the example. He doesn't become speaker when the mouth speaks, etc. Because na karoti, only the one who does karma is forced to go through the karma phala. Therefore, na lipyate, he will not be tainted by the karma phala. Therefore, doing karma and suffering karma phala is the work of a jiva who identifies with the upadhi, not with the Paramatma who is anadi and nirguna. Recognize that anadi nirguna tattva as your own self on the seat of meditation. This is the essence of this powerful, important thought slok. One thing here to be discussed little more is what is the meaning of Sharirastha? Paramatma is everywhere there. Then why do we say Sharirastha? Because he is available here. As a human being, living as a human life, within the human being's life, in the mind and intellect, which is Sukshma Sharira, this Paramatma is recognizable, reachable, achievable, knowable. But once he is reached, achieved, known, then he discovers himself to be everywhere. Like huge cricket stadium is there, cricket ground. Oh, big hai. But even though it is big, is there is not the entrance is one small like pavilion, whatever it is. That small darwaza. उसी से आपको अंदर once you go, whole ground is yours. That's different. So too, the human life and in that mind intellect is the dwara for recognizing Bhagwan who is everywhere there. And in our own self, how he is recognized? Two ways. One, he is the one who is appearing or taken by us as the doer when all the upadhis are working. Then, minus the upadhis, what he is. If you inquire on that, you will reach him. So, in me, the Lord is there as the seer through the eye. Through the eye, who is becoming seer? That one, by dropping seeing, When you observe, then he will be the self you recognize. So too through the mind is feeling. So if you stop the work of the mind of feeling, you will recognize him. And he is recognized as the pure consciousness, pure existence. So he is in the Sharira for us to recognize. Otherwise, he is everywhere there. This is one point, but the main point is he is inside every upadhis, yet not touched by anything that is being done by the upadhi as well as the result, because he is not an effect, he is not he is anadi. Second is he is beyond the three gunas. This is the highest of the truth regarding the Neya Atma Tattva, which you have to listen 100 times, 1000 times till you register the data, contemplate on it, and understand. Like any physics, chemistry, also, even poetry. Suddenly, आपको पता नहीं होता what's the theme, what is said. 10, 20 times when you browse through, go through, then the idea starts coming to you. In the same way, शास्त्र ज्ञान बिना छोड़े लगातार पढ़े आएगा समझ में. हो गया. Now to give the clarity of this picture, an example is given. Very famous, very common. That example is the verse 32. Very good example it is. Easily understandable. Example is what? Yatha, just like Akasham, space, just like the space. Where is the space? Where is not the space? The answer is everywhere the space is there. There is no space where there is no space. That is the meaning of Sarvagatam. Subject hai, omnipresent. So yata Sarvagatam Akasham. Just like the space which is all pervading. Now upalipyate. It is not touched by whatever it is containing in it. Whatever it is containing, the space. In that again the space is there. Yet space is not touched by them. Reason Saukshmyat. Space's state of being is Sukshma. It is being very subtler. It is not touched by the things which are hanging in it. This is the example. In the same way, Sarvatra avastitaha dehe. Though in the deha, everywhere the self is there. Tata, this self, the Atma, na upalipyate, is not touched by the coming and going and doing of anything of these upadhis. Okay. Now, example. Explanation of the example. Take the example of water. Where is the water? Whether the water is in the river or in the clouds. Is not the water of the river or ocean or cloud. Is in the space only. Be very careful, subtle to catch. Where is the cloud? Cloud example we'll take, it becomes easier. Where is the cloud? It is in the space. Space is not that which looks like blue. Space is what is in between my both hands. What is between you and me. दिस इसको स्पेस कहते हैं. वो नीला दिख रहा है, वो आकाश नहीं है. आकाश है ही नहीं, वो नीला कौन दिख रहा है उधर. Space is space, that's it. So in that space only the cloud hanging. Therefore, where is the cloud? In the space. Point one. Second question. In that cloud, is the space there or not? If you can understand it, then you are becoming subtler. In the cloud, is the space there or not? You have to think. It is very much there. Now, is that cloud which is carrying water, light water or dense water, heavy water, is it touching that space which is there in that water? Nalipyate. Why? The space is so subtler, water will not wet it, which is a quality of the water. Same way, another example. Okay, where is the fire? You just hold a fire, it is in the space. Therefore, in that fire, there is a space or not? Why it has to be there? Now, is the space getting burnt because of the fire, getting bigger or smaller because the fire becoming bigger or smaller? Is it getting born or dying when the fire is born and dying? That is the meaning of whatever the fire is doing, it doesn't touch the space. Whatever water is doing, it doesn't touch the space. So too, whatever the wind is doing, wind blowing slowly, speed, very speed, it doesn't throw the space also like that. Because space is saukshmyat. Space is there, very much there, but so subtle that these things don't touch them. So too, where is the Prithvi hanging? In space. In the Prithvi, where is space? Everywhere. But the heaviness of the Prithvi, is it making the space heavy? Or any other quality of space? Is it touching the quality of earth touching the space? No. Therefore, yatha sarvagatam akasham na lipyate. Karanam saukshmyat. In the same way, the self being so subtle, though it is there in and through our gross body, subtle body, causal body, and their doings, non doings, modifications, births, deaths, none of them will touch the space, the self in me. Therefore, sarvatra avastitah dehe. Tatha, just like the Akasha example, Atma na upalipyate. The self is not touched by them. That is the reason the self is never bound. The real self, the Gneya, the Purusha, the Kshetrajna. देखो पूरे श्लोक याद रहना है हमको. It's a developed thought, development of thought. If you forget the earlier one or come only for this class, not come to that, it will be very abstract. Like a maths, physics. थोड़ा आज पढ़ा है, कल और पढ़ा रहे, या history पढ़ा रहे. So if you are not coming regularly, then you don't know what was the dynasties, isn't it? एनाटॉमी पे चले प्रॉपर सुनोगे तभी सब पता चलेगा. Here also you have to listen and retain what was said earlier. In continuation of that only this subject developed. So the self within there in all upadhis is not conditioned by upadhis, presence or absence or in between the modification, birth, death, etc. And that is true also. When my eye is able to see well, is my consciousness is rewarded because of that? When the eye is becoming blurred, is there blurredness in the consciousness, the real self in me? No. Isn't it? When I am growing in my body, becoming old, conscious is not becoming so. It is as it is. So too, when I am becoming intelligent and matured, nothing is touching the consciousness. Or I have forgotten everything, became dull-witted. That also doesn't touch conscious self. So I have emotion of love. Consciousness illuminates it, doesn't get touched by it. When I got emotion of hatred, consciousness never became hatred. It remains as it is illuminating. But where is that conscious self? In and through your emotion of the mind, whether it's of love or hatred. It is sarvatra avastitah dehe. Here dehe in the example of anger, etc. is in the sukshma deha, the mind. Therefore, don't worry that the modification of the upadhi touch the self, therefore self gets modified and suffers. No. That's the meaning of not being in samsara. But the one who identifies with these upadhis as aham mama, he will be a jiva, pseudo suffering, even though he is not real. That's the meaning of Purusha Prakritistaha Bhungte Prakritijan Guna. Little more if you go deeper into dichotomizing pure self, reflecting in the aham thought, giving the aham thought the ability to know, becomes the illuminated aham thought who identifying with Sharira Indriya Prana Mana totally becomes a jiva, including Buddhi. He is the one who owns all his upadhis as aham or mama. Then what happening to upadhi? he suffers. I told example, the bike गिर गया, 5 लोग देख रहे हैं, 4 don't suffer, only one suffers. The one who get identity with that bike, that it is mine. People seeing it is common. Vehicle falling is common. 4 are untouched, one is touched by it, troubled by it. Why? My vehicle. That is called mamata. And out of 4 of them, if one of them buy that vehicle and this fellow sells, next time again vehicle falls, he will not suffer because that mamata gone for him. Other fellow will suffer because of mera hai abhi. That is why that mera is caused by mine, mama, मैं और मेरा ये माया है. मैया मोरा तोरते माया. मैं मेरा तू तेरा यही माया है. Now, this sentence you might have heard in cinema dialogue, cinema Ghana, anywhere, but you don't know the logic behind. Now you are studying in Vedanta. Geetha आदि शास्त्र पढ़ो तो what our every Indian talks philosophy, the knowledge behind is revealed to us, the logic behind. Therefore, यथा सर्वगतम सौक्ष्म्याद आकाशम न उपलिप्यते सर्वत्र अवस्थितो देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते. Therefore, when the body is born, self is not born. Same thing is said in the other ways, what? That self is me who is never born or dying when the body dies and is born and dying. Then these are all very sublime thoughts that have to be contemplated and understood on the seat of meditation. When all these shariras are transcended deeply, then I will be able to apprehend that Paramatma Tattva. You have started listening to it. Go on listening. In 10, 20 years of time, a better idea will come to you. 30, 40 years. You are 20 now. By the age you become 55, 60. Every day if you listen, you become complete mature in the knowledge. Sadhana bhi karo katte. By the age of 70, you get experience also. In one life. If you don't do it, will be extended in 20 lives, 30 lives, 50 lives. If you do other nonsense, more. Other than sadhana, the samsara. Okay? This is a beautiful shloka and the meaning and the explanation. 2 more are there. Let us say 33 हो गया, 34, 35. अब 2 बचे हैं, कल परसों दे देंगे. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now let us do Adhyatma Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. We are doing Bhagavan Sri Rama's Divya Guna Varnana. Up to the 7th verse, we are given 16 gunas. 8th verse, 5 of them. It has become 21. 9th verse, there were 9 of them. It made it 30. 10th verse or 8, it made it 38. 11th verse again 8, it becomes 46. So, okay. This 9th verse wale 8 gunas, today we have to see. All of them also are Bhagavan Rama's physical divinity, beauty, descriptions and greatnesses only. Physical expression ke greatnesses. Okay, let us chant the first 3 and the 4th also. 4th 2 times karenge. I will explain today all the 8 of them. Om Ikshvaku Om Sri Rama Sharanam Mama Sri Valmiki Sharanam Mama Sri Ramayana Sharanam Mama Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama Om Sri Sita Rama Bhyamnamata Srimad Valmiki Ramayanam Balakanda Prathama Sarga Om Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhava Ramo Nama Janaihi Shrutah Niyatatma Mahaviryaha द्युतिमान धृतिमान वशी बुद्धिमान नीतिमान वाग्मी श्रीमान शत्रुनिबर्हणः विपुलांसो महाबाहुः कंबुग्रीवो महाहनुः महोरस्को महेश्वासः गूढजत्रुररिन्दमः आजानुबाहुः सुशिराः सुललाटः सुविक्रमः समः समविभक्ताङ्गः स्निग्धवर्णः प्रतापवान् पीनवक्षा विशालाक्षः लक्ष्मीवान् शुभलक्षणः समः समविभक्ताङ्गः स्निग्धवर्णः प्रतापवान् पीनवक्षा विशालाक्षः लक्ष्मीवान् शुभलक्षणः. This shloka contains 8 physical beauties of Bhagavan Ram. First one is, quickly we do it. Samaha. Samaha is Lord Rama's total height. Is not like a giraffe, 8-9 feet height, not like a dwarf also, very small. His body is Samarupeda is there. Correct 6.2 or 3 feet height. उन दिनों में थोड़ा होता था वो ए नॉर्मल 6.87 like that max. So Samaha is perfect heighted, not too much, not a very small. Samaha. Because of the abnormality is a problem. You see that man, young man only of 27, he is 7.6 footer. और कार में नहीं मिल सकते, उसको अपने चप्पल नहीं मिलते, उसको एरोप्लेन में जा रहे हैं तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है. He can't, हाइट कम है उसका. You can see the tallest man in the world surviving. And the chota wala, the dwarf sized, how tough for him. Even car में बैठ नहीं सकता. He'll have to jump into car again, same problem. So actually perfect having the height, samaha. Like in army में जाओ तो they check your height. First thing is height and chest and all. तो भगवान का शरीर का लंबाई सम है. Perfect it is. Not too much less, too much more. First quality explained. Second is sama vibhakta angaha. So too, all his limbs also are very perfectly placed and they are all, what do you say, the symmetric, the English word we use. Sama vibhakta angaha. Important है कि नहीं? अदरवाइज क्या होगा? अंग समय विभक्त नहीं है तो एक आंख फड़फड़ कर देख रहा है, दूसरा बंद है. एक बहुत बड़ा है विशाल, एक बहुत छोटा है. बहुत विचित्र दिखेगा ना. Like the nostril, one nose is very big like that of a what do you call, pig or any bhalu, but the other one is so close like Chinese fellow. Symmetrical. एक गाल लेके उबला बड़ा सा पूरी की तरह वो फुला हुआ है और दूसरा वो अंदर गया हुआ है. How विचित्र it will be. Left hand is so big touching ground, right hand आधा ही है. It won't look good, no? Sama vibhakta anga. Every pair of the parts of the body, hands or legs or nostrils or eyes or ears, which are given two by the Lord, including kidney and all. So एक गया दूसरा काम. दिल एक ही है, दे दिया तो खया, रुक गया तो गया. And then people say, why Bhagavan gave 2 hands and 1 mouth? Because work with 2 hands but eat with only 1 mouth. Serve with 2 hands but eat with 1 mouth. Why 2 ears and 1 mouth? Listen more and talk less. We do the other way around. समविभक्त अंगः, सिमेट्रिकल. एक आंख थोड़ा बिल्ली की तरह है, या वो कहते हैं ना स्क्विंट है, वो किसको देख रहा नहीं पता. One leg is like elephantitis when Culex mosquito bites. Other one is paralytic because another mosquito bite has bitten. पोलियो और पैरालिटिक लग एक हो गया, दूसरा एलिफेंटाइटिस, और समविभक्त नहीं है. You understood the beauty of it? Samavibhaktanga. So too the other things, hands and legs and stomach and neck and head in a proper balanced symmetric way. Head is small but neck is big, or neck is so small its head and shoulders are touching each other only. विचित्र होता है वो शक्ति वो बंदे का. तो समविभक्त अंग. Very huge belly, that also difficult. Every anga is vibhakta, properly placed and designed there samarupena in an equal and symmetrical form. Right ear is listening, left ear कुछ नहीं सुनता. अरे ऊपर के दांत काम कर रहे, नीचे बेदांती हो गए. अरे you understood? Sama vibhakta anga. Ventricle is working, Swamiji, heart ka. दूसरा जो भी है लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल वर्किंग, राइट नहीं कर रहा है. दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ समविभक्त अंगः. हो गया सेकंड वन. थर्ड इज स्निग्ध वर्णः. द वर्ण ऑफ द लॉर्ड इज ब्राइट, ब्रिलियंट, शाइनिंग. Yesterday you saw Ramaji's Murti, so snigdha varna it was. Blackish color, because Lord is like that. Mega Shamala varna. But it is so chamakdhar, damakdhar, snigdha varna. In all the stone made things, they apply the variety of the oils so that it remains such a beautiful man. है ना, उसके लिए अलग ही तेल होता है, वही लगाना पड़ता है. आई यूज्ड टू डू every Thursday, Ganapati, Mother, and Hanumanji and Dakshinamurti. 3 years I have done. Taila, Varcham and all that. For a long time. It was a great joy. Chanting Rudram, Ganapati Tarvam, and we used to do. Both bhi pehle bhi kiya. Idea is what? Snigdha Varnaha. Very bright, brilliant is his complexion, not a dull-witted one. Charming. Whatever is his age. कितने भी बड़े हैं भगवान, but still he was in the snigdha varna complexion. हो गया. Third one today. Fourth one is Pratapavan. Very important is his body. Pratapavan can be understood so many ways. Tapavan means the one who is to do exercises regularly. Therefore, the body appears to be well built, exercised body. That's called Pratapavan of the shape. Because physical body की बात हो रही है यहाँ, तो suddenly something else won't be talked ना in between. इसलिए प्रताप मतलब शरीर को बहुत तापित करने के कारण called as exercise that is seen in his body. You can see in an exercised person walking and fellow non-walking. In cricket match you can see 11 players, 5 मिनट में पता चलता है who is doing regular exercise and keeping fit and who is the one who is mentally doing exercise, not physically. उसका फेट, उसका चलने का, he can't run between the batsman and the crease. Therefore another third runner is required. Earlier allow करते थे by runner, अभी नहीं. The other options have come now. You get retired heart or all that, retired out. You can see who is done the exercise and not. आप सब लोग 10 मेरे सामने खड़े हो जाओ, देखते पता चलेगा. By your complexion and your walking, I will know. Like a music singer. You will listen to 3 singers, you will know who is the one regularly singing, practicing, protecting the throat, who is the other one is careless. So too, Bhagavan Rama, well exercising physically, therefore that you can see in the form of his wonderful shoulders and the hands and the six-pack body and the high, very strong thighs and legs muscles. Everything is जिम में जो जाता है ना मजेदार, वो ऐसा भगवान है. प्रतापवान. There is a one meaning. Second is Pratapavan. Pratapavan also means that body is so strong. It has not a special effect. When Bhagavan does any work or lifts any object or does yuddha, उनमें वो विशेष प्रताप है. That's why these bodybuilders, weightlifters इतना weight उठा सकते हैं, इतना भाग दौड़ कर सकते हैं. उसको कहते हैं प्रताप, शरीर का प्रताप. In that pratapa means withstanding to cold, withstanding to the heat, rain, and having strong immunity so that infections don't enter quickly. ये सब मिलाकर भगवान को प्रतापवान कहते हैं. So 4 of them. Samaha, Samavibhaktangaha, Snigdhavarnaha, Pratapavan. And all of them also, when our body is in this fit state, that also gives a special ananda, isn't it? With that Sharira, you can do your higher works, spiritual or worldly, more effectively. Okay, here we stop today. 4 values are seen. That should be enough. So इस 4 से कितना हो गया? 42. 16 5 9 8, 16 5 21 21 9 30 8 38 38 4 42. टोटली आई बिलीव 60 70 पूरा हो जाएगा. पूरा हम काउंट कर ही रहे हैं ना. Each of the physical expression value 1 we are talking as. Otherwise you put the whole body's fitness as 1, then the number of values get reduced. Like we have seen the sadhanas told in chapter 12, it came out to be 40 for us. Otherwise, they are 32, 33. But each one, when we have separated, segregated what? In chapter 13, they are actually 20. Amanitva, Madambitva. So here also, how many qualities of Rama we are seeing? Being fit physically and every part of the body in its own beautiful shape also can be taken as one quality, one value. Because that also is effective in doing the works well. Tomorrow we'll see that. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat Sajjana Shanti Mapniyat Shanto Muchid Vandebhya Muktasthanya Vimochit Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Murtyurma Mritamgamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matrim Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Bol श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय, वेदव्यास भगवान की जय, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, रामायण महाशास्त्र की जय, वाल्मीकि भगवान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, आज के आनंद की जय। नमः पार्वती मते हर हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंदा जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम। अम्बे अम्बे आदि भक्ति माता की जय, गीता माता की जय। समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय, भारत माता की जय, हैंदव संस्कृति की जय, वैदिक संस्कृति की जय, आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय, सारे युवा मंडल की जय। थैंक यू। Yeah, he said out today, tomorrow we'll see.